Hello guys, welcome to Open Techno. Today I'm going to introduce you to one of the tech gadgets you can give to the little ones at home. It's a smartwatch, specifically this Lagenio K9. It's a watch made, as I said, for the little ones at home, a slim watch. And it's capable of tracking their location. It can make calls using 4G and regular calls, and you can also chat using only this smartwatch. Lagenio K9 is a watch that, because of its design, is made for children. It has especially striking colors, specifically this model that they sent us to try out. The strap has two colors, blue like the body of the watch and a reddish salmon orange on the top part. It's a watch that fits perfectly on any type of wrist, even very thin wrists. It will have its hole perfectly made, and well, let's get to know it in depth in this video. First of all, let me tell you that on this Lagenio K9, we have a screen with a camera integrated at the top, which will allow us to make video calls. This screen is a 1.78-inch active matrix organic light emitting diode display with a resolution or pixel density typical of a high-definition screen. It looks great and feels good to the touch. It works very well and responds easily to any input we give it with our hand, as I mentioned on one of its sides. We have a slot to insert a nano SIM card, a card to have 4G. And this way we can get in touch with our family members, make video calls, and receive text messages. As for its design, you'll also be able to find it in a combination of green and purple colors, a very light lilac. The camera at the top is a 5 megapixel camera, which you'll see in the tests later works quite well. And I'll try to export a photo for you, so you can see what the quality looks like on a big screen. It's not the best photo, but it's pretty good, especially for video calls, as I said earlier. It has IP68 water and dust protection, so you can be completely at ease. So if the kid showers, swims, or plays with friends, the watch will be fine. There won't be any issues. Its dimensions are about 5 centimeters tall, about 4 centimeters wide, and just a little over a centimeter thick. That's actually pretty good. It resembles a large model Apple Watch, so for a child, this is a smartwatch with a pretty big screen. Inside, we have a 700 milliamp hour battery, which in practice, in real life, would give us approximately. It depends on the usage, of course. If we make video calls, it's going to use a lot of battery, but I think with average use, you can easily get about 3 days, making occasional video calls, chatting, and calling. If you don't touch it and just use it to keep track of the kid, that's fine. It lasts about 3 days, and charging only takes around an hour and a half. You can charge it from 0 to 100% with a magnetic connector that comes included in the box. Keep in mind, this connector is USB-A, not USB-C. Inside, there's 8 gigabytes for photos, plus limited customization for themes and watch faces. And one of its most important features is that it includes artificial intelligence. An artificial intelligence designed so that the child can ask it questions, mainly about knowledge and learning. For example, the reason behind many things. Later we'll do live tests so you can see how this artificial intelligence works. And honestly, the answers are actually pretty good. On the other hand, something worth mentioning is that I really like the positioning it does. Honestly, it's pretty accurate. And just so you know, it's actually running Android 8.1 inside. So, well, to make all these apps work, although it's not particularly relevant. And yes, just so you know, it can receive updates to improve certain aspects of the phone. Because during these days that I've been testing it, I received one. However, I won't take up any more of your time. I'm going to show you a video of what its interface looks like, what the mobile app interface looks like, so you can see how it works and what options it offers us. So let's take a look at the interface of the Lagenio K9. To start, whenever we want to unlock it, we have to swipe up. Here we'll have the watch face, so to speak, which by default is a cartoon throwing confetti. If we go to the left side and tap, we can sync the temperature of the place where we are. After that, there's absolutely nothing else here if we go to the right. At the top, we have the bar with the activation and deactivation of Wi-Fi, sound, a shortcut to the camera, and to the settings. And if there were any notifications, they would appear here. If we want to change the watch face, we just hold it down and we have several designs that we can switch between. Well, the design of this watch, for example, I'm going to stick with this one here. Now, if we want to discover the potential of the watch, we go to the right. This is where we get different applications, such as phone, short message service camera, and magic camera. What it basically allows us to do is add a little decoration to the image. And you'll see the resolution of the photos taken by this Genie K9 because it's really good. Let's go, and there we have a saved photo. Let's check it, and well, it seems to have pretty good quality. We can't zoom in now, but I'll show you on the computer later so you can see the quality. I'm telling you, it's not bad at all, because I've been doing some tests with video calls, and it looks pretty good for what the watch is. Again, we have gallery, chat, video call, and the internet calls like I showed you before. This uses the SIM like a regular call and allows us to make calls too. Using Genio's app, both video and voice would be available here. Afterwards, the child will be able to connect with other Genio watches and, well, be able to send messages. In the case that they have more friends or close people with a Genio watch, we will be able to count steps, just steps. Our goal is 8,000, we've reached 2,800 so far, and it's tracking well. Here we have the QR code to link it with the phone, a stopwatch that, well, can be useful for certain games or for sports activities. A calculator, well, to do a calculation at any time. A calendar, where we can add events, either ourselves or the parents from the main app, okay? They would be sent and synced with the watch. Next is Neo Artificial Intelligence, a local artificial intelligence model. It lets the child ask questions like why about things. For example, why the sky is blue. Or more complicated things like why can we see the moon during the day? Then, in themes, we'll be able to basically change the icons we have on our watch. I like the default customization layer compared to the others. Well, basically, we would have another one in dark mode, for example. Then, under More, we'll have the layout of the same apps we've already seen, but in a list format. And finally, we'll have some math games. It will ask us operations like 8 plus 0 is 8, which is correct, and we continue solving problems like that. And finally, it would give us a score. Next up is Minesweeper, the classic computer game from our childhood, now available locally on the watch. And finally, we would have the 2048 game. As for the mobile app, basically it would be this one here, in which we have, well, 4 sections. The first one is the one that allows us to make video calls, voice calls, and chat with our child. We can do it by voice or by typing. Let's type hello, how are you? You'll see the notification appears on the watch as soon as I send it. On the watch, once the notification sounds, we can swipe and here it will show that we have a new watch. We tap it and we'll be able to see it here. Hello, how are you? And we could reply either with a voice note or with an emoji. I'm good, how are you? We've already received the audio here. I'm good. How are you? We've received the audio here, and we could continue the conversation. In the same way, for example, let's see how a video call looks. I'm going to tap here on video call. I'm going to mute it so it doesn't get feedback. Here you can see what the video call resolution is like. From the tests I've been doing, I think it's really good for having a built-in camera in a watch. The internet connection looks great, so video calling our child works really well. Another thing we can do from the app is locate our child's watch. In this case, well, it shows that it was updated 9 minutes ago, but we could update it again and then we would have the real-time location. Here simply we can locate it within the map. Here we would have some notifications about the activity the child has been doing with the watch. And in the settings, well, we can do different things. First, we review the child's steps taken today. Linking a member allows, for example, both parents to access the child's watch. To be able to communicate with him, you would do it by installing the app on the phone and linking it from here. Afterwards, we can add contacts for the child, like the maternal grandmother, like an emergency contact in case something happens to the child, the calendar. From here, we can add events, as I mentioned before, or view the organizations of the child's upcoming classes. We can edit the courses and add subjects like language, scheduling language first on Wednesday mornings. Then we can see other things like the short message service messages received by the child. Here we have a schedule in which the child is supposed to be in class. So simply, when we enable this, what is it going to do? It's that during this period, notifications won't sound to disturb on the watch. We can then schedule the watch to turn on and off at set times and enable auto answer for calls. Activate power saving mode. And something that I think is super important is the safety perimeter. That is, it notifies us if the child leaves a certain area. Let's say, for example, we want the child to stay in this zone. Okay, so it will let us set a radius from 500 meters to 1 kilometer, which I think maybe the minimum of 500 is a bit large. Simply put, if we let him play in an area, he should stay there. And if he does leave, it would notify us on our phone. Then of course we have an alarm. The function to find the watch, in case it gets lost, we would get a notification to find it. And we can take a remote photo. In this case, we're basically gonna take a picture. It will be done with the watch's camera and it will be sent directly to our app. And here we would have the photo that helps us. It gives us an idea of where the child is and what they are doing at this moment. We would see a bit of the surroundings. It's rare for their face to appear with the watch pointing directly at it. And now we just have to talk about its price. The price of this watch is around 140–160 euros approximately. I've been noticing this lately while testing and tracking it. A price? Well, to keep track of our kids so that, they can start getting into this world of technology. I think it's quite good. They'll get plenty of use from it, and most importantly, they'll be locatable. I think that's most important at a young age. They don't have direct access to social networks, since this device won't allow it. And with that said, if you have any questions, you can leave them below in the comments. If you liked the video, if you found it interesting, don't forget to leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.